Danganronpa.
Investigation.
Is it the investigation?
Huh?
Is it the investigation? Right?
Yeah. We just found her body. Ooh, tell Tim. Text him. Alright, so I haven't started the investigation yet, and there's a million things to look at. Hello! Hello!
I was just letting you know that we were doing this. I was gonna tell you that investigating beef maidens is thirsty business.
God.
Which is why I have a glass of vodka.
No, I really wanted to look at the blood. There we go. Oh, ah. Is it gonna pick up on that? It's so finicky sometimes, like what it'll pick up on.
Best thing to do is to wiggle the camera.
Huh? Well...
Yup.
Yeah, she died.
Under mysterious circumstances.
In a locked door, in a locked room.
Uh-huh.
I mean... So...
Wrong. Just a second. Hey,
Glass?
correct. So,
That means that it came after the glass that you broke.
The chair, really?
Yeah, why not? That was what was blocking the door.
Oh, yeah. They're all chess pieces.
There's two missing.
Yeah.
Looks like we're missing the queen
So-
and the knight.
What was on the floor?
I don't know. You have to look.
in other words,
That's a knight.
So we're missing the queen. I really feel like you can't kill Sakura with a bottle.
Well, someone did.
Like, that, I mean, come on.
Just drop it from orbit.
I wonder if I should talk to everyone else first, get their stories before I start looking at her body. Alright, so he's not gonna help.
however, it's true. Certainly.
I mean, that's one way to dispose of a beast maiden.
What the heck? I won't forgive you.
That is very suspicious. As is this.
How do you figure?
Oh, dirty handprints?
Why?
Why do you think Hina did it? Hina loved her.
Yeah, which means it's the perfect crime. No motive.
Oh my god. I don't
It's
think that's I don't think that's a thing.
Wrong. Hey,
I flew.
indeed.
Nope. Come on. Oh.
Okay, so I
Oh, you're steam. You're
What?
steam.
I don't think she. I don't know. I don't think that's true.
Well, you stink. Did you know that your cat is very stinky?
She just pooped.
Yeah. She is like 100% stink right now.
Put her down. Why are you holding her?
I'm trying to reassure her in her time of need.
I think that's I think that's true because like the handprints and how else are you gonna sneak up on her?
What if you're someone that she trusts, like Tina? Ooh, I'm trying to release
Can't panic.
the true,
I don't understand my feelings.
the true solution for all the cases. Oh, here she comes.
So I get a smaller stink.
She's been stinking around the mountain and she stinks.
Oh god, I smell her.
Come on.
Better put your nose in that vodka.
Jesus, Byakuya. Alright, now I think there's nothing to do but look at the body. Yeah.
Make sure to inspect all of her, like you didn't do for Chihiro. Find out if she's got a downstairs mix-up.
Poison.
Or getting hit in the back of the head by your best friend. That'd make me throw up.
That's fine. Naturally.
What are you getting at down there?
What else does it want me to look at?
Don't make me repeat myself.
We've got a whiff of this, and I don't think she liked it. I don't know. I believe Byakuya wouldn't go to a meeting with Sakura.
Certainly.
What the heck?
Okay, so I think I just need to leave. Oh my god, no. It's gonna be one of those where it's like, I have to click everything like 2 or 3 times.
Well, we know that we read that.
Okay,
Okay, well, what else is in the room?
this. I only looked at this once.
Did you check the magazines?
Yes,
The actual magazines?
So,
yes.
Okay.
I'll check it again because I only...
hey,
I didn't check the clock.
Yeah, I'll check the clock,
Correct.
too.
so,
Usually the clock says the same thing in every room, but let's see if it says something different in this investigation.
hey,
No! Oh, you finicky game. Okay. Okay, thank God.
What else is in the room? Hit the little examine button that brings up all the stuff you can look at. Nope.
No.
I think it's triangle. Okay, so you looked at the bottles, you looked at the blood under the magazines, you looked at the magazines themselves, you looked at the chair. Did you look at the window? Yeah, you had to examine both of them, I guess.
I'm used to the door just being like, I shouldn't leave.
Yeah. Nice.
listen. So then, listen to me.
I feel kind of bad for Makoto. He's so milquetoast that everybody can push him around.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird. So I'm meeting Genocide Jack and Hero, right?
Yeah. Because you need to get their statements. Toko's room is right next to yours. Or is
Sayaka.
maybe it's the next one? Yeah, I knew it was close.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know. I mean, Hina's also the master poisoner.
Who's there? Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
You know, I actually feel kind of bad for Toko.
Really? She's kind of a bitch.
But,
Don't
I mean,
even
how
say your
jacked up
name.
would it be if you, like, sneezed
me
one day,
sick to my
lost,
stomach.
like, 12 hours of consciousness, and woke up and were like, oh, crap, I brutally murdered somebody. I feel like that'd probably do weird things to you.
Hey, I was
Yeah.
hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
It's always a bad time.
What do you want?
Like, all she wants is someone to, like, talk down to her and be her master and not murder people.
Well,
What was the book? That sounds weird. Like, it was like, it had a character that was kind of had like a Genocide Jack personality. I like that she's just calling him Master now. Like, before it would like slip out occasionally, but she's like, nah, he's my, like...
He's my senpai.
That sucks.
Yeah, that was like a rough time.
Hero lives at the end of the hall?
Yeah.
That's Sakura.
I think he's around the bend. Here you go. There he is.
Blonde hair?
You know?
I'm really glad they took out the purple text in the following games.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it added anything in this.
No, it's just like one other thing, one other button you have to use. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, this sounds like he's making it up.
To be fair,
Not at
Hero
all
always
wrong.
sounds like he's making everything up.
Yeah.
Even when he's telling the truth, it sounds like he's lying about it.
Actually, don't look at me! Hey, come on.
That's weird. You don't have a note that was given to you, like, literally a couple hours ago?
Well, I mean, he probably threw it away or tore it up or something.
And you
right?
don't remember where that is? Oh, snap. Snap.
What?
Uh-huh.
Hey, come on.
Uh-huh. Murderer.
What?
Why do you have her secret love candy? Pocket trash.
Not as good as pocket sand.
Oh god.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't think Hiro's paranormal powers really stretch to murder.
The rec room's on the 3rd floor, right?
Yeah.
Wait, where are the stairs? Did I miss them?
No, you're going the right way.
Oh, there it is. How many floors does this school have? 5? 6?
I think it's 5.
Wait,
Hey, I see. Anyway, just a second.
God, Kyoko. Why is everyone so mean to him?
He's too milquetoast. He needs to be forceful like everybody
Hey.
else.
Whew. It's true. So... Hey. Correct. I see. Hey. It's true. It would seem...
That would explain why there's 2 missing bottles.
Indeed. Correct. It's true.
The blood.
Thank you. What you want, little girl? Yeah, she's staring at me, but I don't know what you want.
Was that all I was supposed to look at? Was her body?
Yeah, if it lets you leave, that's probably it.
Where's the room with the...
I think it's the 4th floor? Whatever the newest floor you got is.
Yeah, it's the 4th floor.
Oh, come on, Floof. Ah. Yes, I know you're stinky. You're a stinky kitty.
No, this way.
Did you just want me to pick you up soon?
She less stinky.
Yeah, a little less. She doesn't have that hard stink edge.
Not the data lab.
Nope.
Most of these rooms are closed. Oh, it's probably that chem lab over there.
Yeah. There you go. What? Was this what you wanted all along? Just for me to pick you up? Such a baby.
Jesus, Byakuya.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, that looks like poison.
So, in other words,
Byakuya.
what?
Adequate.
Jesus.
I see.
I think you wanted a topographical map. Heading over your way. Oh, being charred out.
I see. It's certainly possible. What?
Unfortunately, he wanted you to be the culprit.
It'd be easier.
A boss?
He's talking about orcs. Somebody's footprints. Sakura's or Hina's, maybe Heroes. And can you look at the shelves after?
There's a poison in there.
Yeah.
From C9.
I have no idea what they are.
What? That's fine.
He's killing the team with both barrels.
I
this chapter.
know.
I see.
That was like the nicest thing he said ever.
Byakuya can be nice sometimes.
But he's being so nice now.
That's how he sets you up. Gets you ready for murdering.
Where's the rec room? It's by the staircase, right?
Yeah, you're almost there.
Oh, is it the spiral?
You mean the dartboard?
I guess that's what you could call that.
It's 100% a dartboard.
It looks like a spiral.
Hey,
Okay, so the magazine.
hey,
Oh, Jesus. That's pretty damning.
I have to say so.
correct. So... However...
What the heck?
It was real good.
Yeah, Star Wars is really good.
Give you.
I liked it more than The Force Awakens.
Hey,
My only complaint was it was like 2.5 hours long, and there's probably a half hour in the movie that really didn't need to be there.
so...
It was still enjoyable, but it just kind of never went anywhere.
Oh, you saw it too? Yeah, it was like, there's a part of it that I felt like could have been cut from the movie and it wouldn't have changed it.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway... That doesn't matter.
Huh.
So then... So then...
How about him?
In other
All
words...
carved up in the face. Got that weird face cleft thing going on.
Listen. In other words... So then... So then...
is actually really smart of her. Because, like, trying to piece it all together would be, like...
Basically impossible.
Yeah, but just weighing it is... Man, she's smart.
I knew it. In other words... Hey.
Trial time.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Yeah, that one was really fast, huh? That investigation?
Yeah, I think this is one of the faster ones.
Like, we didn't even solve the locked door. Or get, like, any hints other than there's glass under the...
Means it's all gonna have to come out in the trial.
Oh my god, Monokuma. Don't use emojis.
I think you should only speak in emojis.
Jeez, stop it! That's wrong!
What if it was all iPhone emojis, so it was just eggplant all the way across?
He would do eggplant all the way across. And peaches. Oh no, he's become self-aware.
He's not wrong.
Yes, indeed.
See? He is completely correct.
Well?
It looks like a penis. Like people use that, like, texting eggplant emoji, and then a peach looks like a butt.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait! I can't wait!
And with emojis.
Just the worst.
Don't look at me! Don't be mean!
Focus on what's important, hero.
What the heck? What the heck?
Man, I can't wait till we start playing the second game and we get to meet my favorite character of all time.
Rise, my fourth dark
Oh
Davis
my
of
gosh.
destruction!
I'm so excited for it.
Yes.
It's everything I want to be in life.
What else does he say? Like, that's one of his catchphrases.
What does he say? I mostly just remember him laughing, like, maniacally all the time.
And blushing.
Doesn't need that too often.
Now then.
Wait, how many points do I have?
You have 3 left.
Where does it show that?
SP, you have 13 out of 16 in use. There you go. Boom. 16 out of 16 in use.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So,
Have
your
we
votes will
reached
determine the results.
50%?
How many did we start with? 16?
If you
Yeah.
can figure out
We're at
who
6.
done it,
No,
then
we
only
started with
they
15.
will receive
And we're at
punishment.
6, so yeah.
But if you pick the wrong one,
I like all the weird
then I'll
hieroglyphics.
punish everyone besides the blackened.
Oh, yeah.
And the one that deceived everyone else
Yeah, the class
will
trial changes every
graduate.
time. Well, the classroom anyway.
Now
The only
then,
thing that stays the same are the
where
little
to
podiums.
begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
And you don't know who did it, because it's one of those 3.
Yeah, but it still narrows it down.
I had nothing to
Cuts the
do.
suspect pool in half.
Yeah, she does. She's very opinionated.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Yeah. She has like the weakest mind. Her and Hiro.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying that?
No, that's not what I meant to do.
There you go.
You hated her.
That's what I meant to do. That's it.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low.
No.
That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Oh my god!
You have to aim like spelling, that's where it is.
It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you
Because you hated her.
Stay below it.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
There you go.
No, it's wrong. Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
Pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Lies!
No, it's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized an entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
You are such a bad liar, Hero. You're so bad about telling the truth, too. You're bad at explanations.
I'm not sure about that, Hero. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room.
Oh my god, Hero.
Problem with that?
Jesus
I
Christ.
had a sudden
He's good at
hostility.
this.
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
Why didn't you say that from the
You're
beginning?
acting incredibly
So that makes him suspicious.
More than this?
Yes.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
Oh my god!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message!
What do you know about that?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Oh my god.
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Snap.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
See, I think this class trial will be real short.
It does feel like it's gonna be pretty short.
I mean, you've already figured out Hero did it.
Wait, but when Kyoko from the magazine with the message goes...
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
Yikes.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense,
I'm
does
so
it?
bad at lying.
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
This is one you have to, absorb the bullet
I
from.
can tell you exactly when I found the dying
Do you
message.
know which one it is?
Yeah.
When Ogre's
What?
body was discovered.
The magazine shelf.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem?
Sure it is.
What I said makes total sense.
On what?
I saw
I
it.
can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
This one?
No, it's
Oh,
wrong.
right. Channeled the power of the cats.
Oh, is it because it was in the shelf?
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the
So
shelf
there's no way
nearby.
you would have been able to see it.
That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hero. When did you see the message?
When I wrote it.
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
Sausage.
I have no idea.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
I just spilled a ton of vodka on my pajamas. I feel like that's a very millennial statement.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it.
Yeah, he
and
calls her
this is
Ogre.
me talking, so you know
Because her
it's
last
true.
name, this is me talking, so you know it's true. Her last name's Ogari, so he nicknamed her Ogre.
Not good.
No!
Show me
That
the
rhythm
proof.
going.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right.
Beat.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, you're doing good.
The occult is bullcrap. Show me
That
the
combo.
proof.
No, God, no!
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
I just pushed triangle.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
I know, that's why I have vodka on my pajamas. I thought we just went over
I'm
this.
completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger.
Her hands were clean.
Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Gasp. She had to use your tongue.
Then who did write it?
Hero could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Damn.
Ah! He admits it!
See, this class trial's gonna be over in a hot minute.
I figured as much.
Well, and grosser.
What if she just used the very tip of her
Why would you
tongue?
write
Stop
something
that.
like that?
I'm just saying, maybe it's part of her
Because I
writing. She has a
killed
very
her!
dexterous tongue.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there... And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. As soon as I heard that, I just knew! I knew she was gonna try and kill me!
That's lame. Like, obviously, she's been talking about ending the game, idiot.
She was gonna kill me and make
Well,
her
how else are you
escape!
gonna end the game other than by winning?
No, she wanted to kill the mastermind. That's like what she's been talking about. Obviously, that's what she was meaning. Like, I'm gonna end the
So of
game.
course I freaked out,
Hero's
and
not
then
very smart.
I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
And then you put it back where you found it, so no one would find it.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Well, yeah, that's how this game works.
We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out,
Yeah,
we can't consider the
locked
case
door.
closed.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after
Sounds like
already
somebody
confessing to the
else
crime.
might have tampered with the evidence.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
And created the locked door mystery.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the
I wonder
incident.
how many twists this is gonna have.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Every twist possible.
Who
Everyone's
was it?
gonna be a suspect at one point or another.
Byakuya.
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Yep, Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that
Yeah,
Hiro
I'm pretty sure
isn't
he'd
the
also
killer.
like to see her be murdered.
Yeah.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become
God, I
clear
hate that
he's
this game
not
makes you go through
Sakura's
stuff
killer.
so many times.
Make sure you understand.
What do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I'd rather it go through things
I
too
don't
many
really see
times
why,
than
but
not enough.
okay.
Because there's nothing more painful than an adventure game where it's like, do you know how this was done? And it's like, no, I have no idea.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
Yeah.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is...
What was her explanation? No. She was
Killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Shoot!
Because he did hit her from behind.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong! If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
You just hit her that hard.
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
I know. It's weird. Wow, this is so much easier.
Now I understand! That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each
I
of
don't know,
those.
what if the blood got in her, when the glass got mixed with bloodstream? It cut up her heart and her stomach, and then she threw up blood.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle
Using
we
the old
found
noodle.
was the knife, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knife.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene. Well, one apparently.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
Jesus, Hero.
Let's start the chess
Yeah.
showdown.
Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Is it weighed more on the scale?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
It was excited? What?
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
The second injury
Because
on
there
the
was
head.
evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
I got it! Earlier, Yoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime.
How many people tried to kill Sakura today?
But someone did their best to
I
clean up
know.
the
I'm
pieces
just
of
waiting
one
for
of the
Makoto's
bottles,
turn to come
along
up,
with the
and
figure
he's like,
inside.
yeah, I tried to kill her too.
God, and all
But when
she
they
was trying to do was help you.
they
fool.
must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Yeah, probably.
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Bowling officiant? What?
I got it!
I really like their
The bottle that was
incorrect
removed from the
answers.
scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Snap.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
Nope.
I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
Yeah, he is.
When I got
can't believe we
inside,
just, like,
Ogre was
forgot
all
about
alone.
that.
Toko had disappeared.
Yeah.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Nice.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing
good. Now you have to pick the correct truth bullet.
Haven't I been doing that?
Yeah, but this is for the, what's it called? The rhythm game.
No! 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 Hey, we're halfway through the game.
Hooray. Use those funky beats.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. Shut
Pretty
up!
good at this.
I curse you. No, no, no!
Make sure you pick the right one.
That's enough!
This should prove it.
You got it. That wasn't hard at all.
Oh, God. If I had to do that again, I was gonna cry.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without
Looks
thinking.
like they put their hands all over the
I
inside.
know, they were just like...
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Which does sound
It
like
doesn't.
Okay,
Yeah,
then.
it's a
Let's just
tiny
compare it to
handprint.
your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
I don't think that you need to actually compare the sizes.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
The master is telling you to tell the truth.
I know.
You have
It's
to.
my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
Dummy.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh,
there
shit.
was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines.
And then
I don't
Genocide Jack
remember
was
what happened after
sashayed
that.
out of there.
If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her. Guess it's back!
God.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on.
Remember?
Yeah.
But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Yikes.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre, so that's good.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
I know, Jesus, how many people hit her on the head?
Tell us your story one more time.
Oh my god.
Tell us what happened after you fainted.
I know.
Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Gaggle?
Your wish is my command, darling.
My money's on Makoto. We don't know where he was during all this.
Right? Well, he was sleeping.
Uh-huh. A likely story. No one to back that alibi
I was
up.
just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, what's wrong? We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Anime shark, he's never
Hey, come
betrayed
on
anyone.
now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Plus, she took blood on her.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Oh, so she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The locker was open.
I was in the locker.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Tina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Because Byakuya hasn't said what.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Multiple shots to the head, thank you very much.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
Depends when a train fell on her.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack...
What? I'm looking for Monokuma. Oh, how?
It's usually the first piece of evidence.
And what do you want me to look up?
He knows the game.
Attack? And what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
I didn't get it right.
You missed.
Yeah.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
I think it's the Monokuma file that you need.
On what?
Shoot!
On the shot. Because what's the Monokuma file say?
What was it?
Violet vomiting the blood. Okay.
That killed Ogre. If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her.
No, that's wrong.
I thought it was the yellow powder because that would be like poison.
According to the Monokuma
but it's on
file,
her shoe.
Sakura had vomited blood.
That could be anything.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
How thorough can it best, like...
She got
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
She lived inside stuff.
No, I'm not
Screw it
into
for an hour.
dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely,
Ugh.
Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean this.
God damn. Pyakya, what?
Man's got some balls.
Master!
What is he doing?
He's just blowing in it.
That tastes awful.
Poison usually does.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Gas.
Wow.
It's a protein drink.
Now I understand.
School is the goal.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly
I
poison.
feel like you would be able to taste the difference, but whatever.
That's
What if
all
the
it took
poison
to kill
is
Sakura.
flavored like
That
protein
is the
powder?
true
Like that gross
cause of
chalky
death.
chocolate.
Exactly.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains.
Sakura died.
So maybe
The beef
he took it to
maiden.
try and
Beef
help with the
maiden.
whole bleeding head wound thing.
Also, hello!
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
So far, she's been hit on the head by 2 different people, by 2 different weapons, and also been poisoned. And that's how you have, that's what is needed to kill Sakura.
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the 2 materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The shoe size?
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
Close to figuring this case out, I think.
I don't trust that. I mean, how many other
the
twists
chem lab
is this
this
gonna
morning,
have?
and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Dun dun dun.
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Gay panic.
God, I think Tim was right. I think there's some gay panic in here.
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
God.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna guess.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones.
Are you excited that
so
there's gay
yucky.
panic?
That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Cookies.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the 2 of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
Gay panic.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
I don't know, this time she was like...
Hina used that trust to
immediately in
kill
a
her.
rush. She's always quick, but not this quick.
Yeah. And I think it's also the fact that because sometimes, like, in all the other ones, she's been like, oh, is that true? Oh, I understand. And this one, she's just been like, no, we gotta get to the vote. Like, they're wrong, they're guilty. Like, she has not been listening to anyone else's. And anytime someone proves something, she'd be like, oh, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, now she's just like, okay, cool, that's the killer now.
Yeah,
What about
like, she's
you?
not trying to understand like she usually does.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein here. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Who's gonna get to the bottom of all?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Uh-huh.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just... nervous. So... I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah. That's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf.
This is a lot of, like, stupid mistakes that I don't think a killer would make.
And because of that,
But what about
everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
The footprints were only going in and out to Section A.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
First I went to section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from section C to section A.
No, what's wrong? You said you went to get the poison from section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A.
Get wrecked, Tina.
That contradicts what you just said.
Why is everyone such a bad liar?
To be fair, this game would be pretty
Maybe
hard
she
if
moved in
everybody
some
was
weird
really
direction
good
on
liars.
purpose to help disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Only
Well-
Yaki forges evidence.
Yeah.
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A. So you never went to section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
Well, you see...
What the? What the hell? What's going on here?
Why is he freaking out?
He doesn't like his world getting turned upside
And
down
the
like that.
footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What? Yaki's a fancy boy who needs
Before I
everything in order.
explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue.
She's
A
enjoying this.
truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found
Here's your
this.
session letter.
Oh god.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle,
Good thing you didn't drink that.
and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize?
God,
Well
she
then.
is so smarmy right now.
Makoto, why don't you explain
God
it?
damn it.
Huh? Me?
I really appreciate how often this happens in the series.
If you really
People
do
just
know,
being
explain
like,
the
"Yeah,
meaning of
I
that shard of
definitely know what
glass."
it is. Tell him, you.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window.
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us, I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, Somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
There's glass under it.
How can you know what I don't know?
I think Byakuya is getting mad.
Yeah, he's getting very mad.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
Oh, man,
When it
I don't
comes
know.
to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying
Someone planted...
No. It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before...
No, it's wrong.
Well, I just guessed. Like, I had no idea if that was gonna work.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
Yo,
What?
Byakuya is losing his goddamn mind. In case you're wondering what you're missing.
And this proves it.
No, he does not.
It shows that
You
the
don't think
can
so?
must have been put down on the
Thought it
floor
down and was
after the
hot-headed.
window was broken.
Doesn't have his emotions under control.
So it had to be after we
Rare
got
all
into the
over
room.
place.
I see. So that's your explanation.
Yeah, he was lying to us about murdering Sakura.
Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it?
Really?
As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the
That
bottle
Tina
of
was
poison,
lying, that she
and
did
not
it.
the protein can.
Let's see if we could.
But once the room was opened up, They were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
He's not gonna stop cleaning himself.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already! Sorry. Please, tell us.
Oh my god. Byakuya said please and sorry in one sentence. Holy shit.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
Yeah, but she lied and tried to murder everyone else by having them choose her, because if they choose wrong, everyone else gets murdered.
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
How cold is it over there?
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
You would like a nice 39-degree night?
Ew!
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
It's just gonna encourage him to clean
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Sitting here trying to clean himself, and Lily's doing everything in her power to stop him.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're
I
wrong!
don't know how to do this for like all the
I'm
characters
telling
in
you,
this
I
one.
did it!
Stop class trial.
You've been doing it a lot.
The only one I didn't have to do it for was
You're a liar! Wrong!
Byakuya.
You're wrong!
Yeah.
And Kyoko.
Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Yeah, normally
I
they only do
hate
this
you!
like once per trial.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong!
Make sure you pick the right one.
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Gonna go this way this time.
Yep.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Dun dun dun.
So now we get to find out what happens when someone kills themselves in this game. Who gets punished?
Probably Monoma.
The killer was Sakura?
So you're saying it was
Maybe she just blows
suicide?
up their dead body.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Yaku, you did it in
I
secret.
got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Yes.
Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room... While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, you should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
After all, how else would you know that the case is over?
I know, right? Why does Byakuya's just picture look so evil?
Because it's Byakuya.
I know, I'm like, that looks like he's doing something so nefarious.
Reading. Duh. Figure it out, just do the next one.
It's so sad. Which I'm guessing is just a picture of the magazine.
It is upside down.
Oh my god, that is so scary. No. Oh, the queen.
Yeah. You can even see it in the picture.
So sad. Like, she got betrayed by two of her friends, bleeding. And she meant to die anyways. Like, she came in that room to die.
You're almost there.
The killer is you! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro.
Eat this candy.
When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime.
I know.
He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake.
I mean, she could have just put that in her room. And no one would have found it.
She put the magazine back upside down.
But who knows, they might have seen her walking with it, they might have seen, like...
Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life.
Not more comfortable.
And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
Right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
And that's the end of the trial.
Did I get a straight A?
Good
Yes!
job. 9 Monokuma coins.
Is there S range though?
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point.
Because like in Japan, it's like A and then S and then SS and then SSS plus or whatever.
A lot of times, yeah.
Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
I imagine they just go up to A in this because it's supposed to be like a school.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, Char, where are you going?
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote! So, who will be chosen as
Everyone
the
pick
Flickin'?
Makuma.
I know, right?
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I wish we had our court system set up like that. It was like a slot machine, like, guilty!
My entire
Is there something you have to set up?
existence!
No, why don't we do that?
What did you say? Come on. What are you thinking?
Don't be mean!
Right? That'd be amazing.
What is this? You should have been the one to die.
Hina is crazy.
What? What is this?
I mean, it's not like the world of Miss Hero. No?
Damn.
No forgiveness! I can't forgive this!
But...
Hina.
I don't think that she's in any danger of
Yeah.
the three of them.
They're friends.
I'm pretty sure she'd rip one of them in
Why?
half and beat the other two to death
Yeah,
with
right.
two halves.
What are you saying?
A murderous misunderstanding.
I know.
I won't forgive you. Why? Huh?
Hina. Hina.
Huh?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Some protein.
What are you saying? In other words, yes, indeed.
Right?
What the heck?
Of course. Yep. Too bad.
God damn it, Monokuma.
It's true. Huh? Huh? Unbelievable. Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Well, I guess we have an actual live from Monokuma here.
Yeah. Is this the first time he actually lied?
I think so.
I wonder if it's because he was so desperate to get people murdered.
Maybe.
Because there's no, I mean, it's suicide.
Pum, pum.
He did falsify evidence, though.
Not really, because the murder note never came out. Or the suicide
But
note.
he planted the suicide note.
And?
What are you gonna do?
Jesus Christ.
Hey! Hey! But hold on.
Enough already.
Yes, indeed.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here. You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool. I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things. And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder. However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken. I cannot betray those who would call me their friend. I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you. Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness. So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind. My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal. Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well. But I've decided The one I'm going to kill is myself.
Fuck! It's so sad.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
They didn't deserve her. No one deserves her. She's like... God.
Huh? No way!
Correct. However,
finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially. I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
What are you gonna do? Uh-oh. Too bad. Huh? Say what?
You know?
You tell him, Makoto.
Yeah, fuck you, Monokuma.
Well?
Ooh-hoo. What do you want? How strange. Hey! Phew!
Good old Byakuya.
Naturally. Don't make me repeat myself.
What?
It's all clear.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Why?
hey,
What the heck?
You want me to punish you guys?
What?
Punish the corpse.
But...
I know, right?
Wrong.
Alter ego? Man, fuck Wamakuma.
Monokuma is, in fact, the worst.
But still.
I know, right?
I'm gonna do my best.
That's fair stakes.
What's the matter?
I guarantee somebody does.
I need to put that as my computer background.
Just as I thought.
Actually...
What are you thinking?
Yep. Phew. Hey, I want to be able to help.
Poor alter ego.
No.
Very nice. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Well? Uh-huh.
What?
Yep.
Huh?
Hello.
Hina.
Too bad. You guys? Too bad.
What?
What?
Everybody's got murder bombs.
I know.
Yo! But...
Yes. Not possible. Stop talking.
Sorry.
No, 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 no! Huh?
What did you say?
What the heck?
See.
No, 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 no!
Please let me save.
You can save whenever. You can save right now if you want.
Soon.
Okay, I'm gonna call it here. I have a feeling this isn't gonna let me save anytime soon, and I gotta go to bed. But thanks for...
Let's just save right here.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be on again on Wednesday, hopefully for some free time.
No, there's no free time anymore.
Oh, God.
That's all the free time. No,
Are you
it's
serious?
Only murder.
Well, hopefully we'll have some more free time. So good night, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Night, everybody.
Sakura is the best. She is my senpai.
She was the best.
No, shut your face, alright? You don't need to be rude. Night.